Welcome to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Halti Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Halti Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. In raising funding, it's important to choose the right investors for your startup. Avoid toxic investors at all costs. Here are signs of a toxic investor. They have no values and don't make clear what they are looking for in a startup. They say they are interested in funding your deal but never take action. There's no follow-up on term sheets or diligence work. They continue to drag out the funding for non-substantial reasons. They want a long lockup period while they do their diligence. Lockup periods typically range from 30 to 60 days. They have unrealistic expectations about growth and what the company can do. They want a controlling stake in the company. Aside from being an investor, they're a jerk. Their presence dissuades other investors from joining the round. They have no care about others' interest in the deal, but only their own. And they have a history of blowing up startups. Look for these signs, you may be talking to a toxic investor. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Halti Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.